Hello, I'm Les Davis and welcome to the Mendip Hills. This is another in the series of short films being made by the Mendip Society about Mendip. And today's story is water. Do we really realise the importance of water? Yes, we know we can't live without it, but every time we turn a tap on, it's there. And it's estimated that there's about 324 million litres of water will come out the Mendip Hills every day. Very, very pure water that's been filtered down through a whole series of limestone beds. And I'm going to use this ordinary kitchen sponge to try and demonstrate just how much water the Mendip Hills can hold. It's called an aquifer. In other words, it's a great big limestone sponge which soaks up a huge amount of water and then gradually releases it. So as the water falls on the top of Mendip, so it's gradually absorbed by the sponge. And as you can see, it soaks it up quite readily and then is able to release it. We already know that standing water on the top of Mendip is very rare because of this porous limestone which filters all the rainwater down through. So how are you going to water your livestock up here? Well, the answer is you build a stone bowl in a field. Well, this stone bowl isn't just any old stone bowl, this is a dew pond. Well, in fact, it's a bit of a misnomer really, because it's not filled with water from the dew, but it's filled with water from the runoff the fields all the way around. Here we are at the end of May, a very dry May, after probably the driest April on record, and as you can see, you've still got some water in the bottom of it, which is pretty amazing. These ponds were built by teams of itinerant workers that moved around the countryside and moved around Mendip, and they dug out the hole in the ground and then they puddled clay in it to make it waterproof, and then on top of that they put a whole series of stones around it to make it cattle proof so the animals didn't go and make holes in it, and then leave the rest to nature.
Formed by millions of years of water activity, the Mendip Hills cave systems, of which only a small percentage is estimated to have been discovered so far, will carry this pure water to risings and springs around the Mendip Hills. With one of the highest amounts of rainfall east of Exmoor, Mendip was a natural choice for the newly formed Bristol Water Company to tap into a clean source of water for the city of Bristol in 1846. A system of pipes and culverts, named the Line of Works, was built in 1846 to carry this pure water from the villages of Lytton and Chewton Mendip. The Line of Works still carries millions of litres of water by gravity over 11 miles to filtration beds just outside the city of Bristol. Almost as soon as this Line of Works project was completed, an ever-growing demand for clean water from the city of Bristol led to plans for yet more water collection.
What we're looking at here is Blagdon Lake, and it was created at the end of the 1800s to get a clean water supply to send through to the good folk in Bristol. It's a massive area of water. It's something like 7.5 miles to walk around the outside of it, but that wasn't enough. We had to have another reservoir as well. This is Chew Valley Lake. This one was opened by Queen Elizabeth II in the 1950s, and the farm where my grandfather was brought up, along with many other buildings, are now underneath that lake. Well, here we are, Blagdon Lake. 8,456 million litres of water. But it's not only a water reservoir, it's a great trout fishery, it's a site of special scientific interest and a wonderful place for waterfowl as well. Well, that's the end of the water story on Mendip. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you again soon.
If you'd like to find out more, go to www.themendipsociety.org.uk or search for us on Facebook.